Hello everyone, my name is Jafar Raza. This is GRS Graphics, and today I am going to show you that why the smart objects are so important in the world of Photoshop. So let's start. This is the first example I am going to work upon. In this example, I will show the basic difference in the smart object and raster images. Before I do that, I wanted to make you understand the basic concept of the smart objects. Smart objects are like the invisible envelope around your images. After making that visible envelope, whatever you make the editing, make changes to that image, it will not directly apply to that image. It will look like that these changes are directly applied to that image, but it's not true because your original image is protected into the smart object, and smart object will not harm, will not directly disturb the pixels of the image. So this is the basic concept and this is the basic benefit of using smart object. So let's do it practically and let me show you that how it happens. I'm unlocking this layer by clicking here and then pressing and holding control key and then pressing J. This will give me a copy of this layer, converting this one into a smart object. The icon is showing that this layer is now converted into smart object, and if I right click here and then click on rasterize layer, that will again give me a layer like it without smart object. So I'm using a crop tool to increase the artboard size and moving this upper layer to the left side. And now I'm going to do that. I'm going to decrease the size of both of these layers, and then I will show you that how rasterize image deletes some details and how the smart object retain all the details. Let me decrease the size of rasterize layer first. I can do it by pressing and holding control key and then press T to select it and then pressing Alt key and then dragging it to the artboard. Then hit enter. Now size has been decreased. I can do exactly the same with the smart object, hitting enter. If I again increase their size to back their original position, or you can say the original size, you will see the difference. Now you can see that at this zooming the image is pixelated, but on the other hand the smart object image is looking perfect. It has not changed a little bit. So this is the basic benefit of using smart object. Now I am going to move on next example. In this example I am going to show you that how smart objects helps us on filters and organizing our layers. I'm going to unlock it and then dragging and dropping it here to make a copy of it, converting it into a smart object, and then I'm going to add a filter first on the rasterize layer. I'm adding camera raw filter, increasing the temperature only and hitting OK. Filter has been added, looking perfect, but I cannot edit this filter right now. There is no option of editing or make changes in camera raw filter now. I have to use again the starting point of that image, the original image, to make changes or lower the temperature effect. But in case of smart object, select that layer and then select camera raw filter, then increase the temperature and hitting OK. It will give me the effect, and it will also give me the controls, more controls over the camera raw filter. If I turn it off, filter will be gone, and if I turn back this on, filter will be back. And by double clicking here, camera raw filter will be shown, and it's giving me total editing options, totally customized. And here is the mask also. If you want to mask this area, you can take the brush and mask this area. So this is the advantage of smart object. Now if I add some adjustment layer here, just to show you that how smart object give us organized layers, also editable. This one, lowering a bit opacity. Now I am going to select all these three layers and then hitting right click and then hitting smart object. Now these three layers will be converted into one smart object. But can I edit these three layers now? Yes, I can edit these three layers by double clicking in this rectangle. Not on the text, not on the empty space, but only in this rectangle. Because if I double click here, you can only edit the text here. And if I double click here, the blending options will be shown up. So I have to double click in this rectangle. This is the basically smart object. So here you will see all that three layers totally editable. Camera raw filter is also showing, and these layers are also editable. If I double click on this one and decrease, just to make a difference with the uh, previous shadows and lightning, and hit the control and S to save it. Here is saving. I have edited the work here. I have saved it. Now I am closing this tab, and you can see edited work is showing here. If I press and hold control key and then press Z, you will see the difference. Now if I press and hold control key and also the shift and then press Z, you can see the new edited work. So this is also the advantage of smart object. Time to move to last example. In this example, I'm going to work on the shapes, and I'm going to make you understand that if I edit the work into the smart object like in the previous example, then all the perspective of that image in the smart object will also be edited according to the perspective of the smart object. Let me show you. This technique basically used in mockups. I'm going to make a little interesting mockup. Going to select the rectangle shape, making a shape here, roughly changing the color, whatever you like, hitting enter, and then converting it into a smart object. Now selecting it by pressing and holding control, then pressing T, zooming in, pressing and holding control key, and then clicking here at the corner. Not working precisely. If you want to see me work precisely on mockups, you have to subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon for next videos, because in the next videos I'm gonna show you that how to make your own mockups of t-shirts, hats, also with laptop, tablets, different kind of things. So hitting enter, I think it's good. If I add anything in this smart object, it is not the only rule that you have to add layers here and then you have to select both of these and then you have to convert it into smart object and then these will be grouped. This is not necessary. You can do it by double clicking here and then adding anything you want. I'm going to add here text, making a little big, hitting enter and then saving it, closing it, and you can see that this text is now aligned according to the perspective of that smart object that I have added earlier. So this is giving us a very big advantage here to use smart object to make the mockups like this. I think it's all for now. Let me know if anything you have asked in comments. Like the video, share it, subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon. Thank you so much guys.